Chairs, oh chairs. I love great chairs, and there's so few places to find great chairs. So when you get one, rent it. Yes, chairs are expensive, but they will elevate the space and allow you to not have over-the-top flowers. If you have a great chair, you can really kind of budget in the other areas of decor. I never really suggest flatware or elevated plates, but if you have a great chair, it will transform the space.
Every single time that a couple doesn't get a videographer, it never fails. They reach out afterwards and say, I wish we would have gotten a videographer. Because the truth is, photos are amazing, right? They capture the best parts of your day. There's gonna be parts of your wedding that you're not gonna witness. It might be your grandmother who just rocked it out on the dance floor. I mean, why wouldn't you want a piece of that to look back on?
With video, what's nice is you can always go back and look at speeches, or if people pass and you wanna look back on things that you had a great memory with sharing.
There's no substitute for that.
Let's be real, you don't want to look back at these photos and be like, oh, what's wrong with my hair? It is the time for you to hire professionals so that you look good and you don't have to babysit them or worry about it throughout your day, because again, that pulls you away from you enjoying the magical day that you've paid for.
Lighting can make or break anything. Your flowers could fall into the dark and then no one's ever gonna see them. Lighting is absolutely necessary. I had a client who didn't want to splurge on lighting, and by the end of the night, the bartender was in the dark and we had to turn the overhead lights on, so it kills the vibe.
This one is monumental. You're gonna remember your venue for days to come, whether that's just for your ceremony, just for your reception, or for both. When you walk through those doors and you're touring, we want you to absolutely fall in love with this space and envision what your day is gonna look like.
We grew up in an age where it was always just beef or chicken, and so the reputation, you're gonna walk into a wedding and not have the best food. It's nice to walk in and get this really incredible appetizer that's just not a salad. Incredible food stations that are interesting and innovative.
When you're thinking about entertainment, hire vendors that are going to pump up the crowd. They're gonna keep the party going, they're gonna keep people on the dance floor and having a great time.
I might be a little bit biased, but something I think everyone should splurge on is a good planner.
It is very, very important that you have a good planner on your side.
And if they are a good planner, they're gonna be able to be your best voice.
We as professionals can also read a room. So when we see your frenemy show up and she's, wearing a little bit of a white outfit, we know to shimmy her away.
If you do not have the dollars and cents to hire a full service wedding planner, I would 100% suggest that you splurge on a month of coordinator. And you might be calling them a day of coordinator, but technically there's no such thing as someone who can show up on your wedding day and run it. So a month of coordinator is what you're really looking for. And they usually come in 4 to 6 weeks prior to your wedding day, learn everything that you've planned over this year plus, and they are the ones to help execute it. Your venue might tell you that they have an in-house coordinator. Not the same thing.
Stick to the professionals, because I promise you it'll be worth the money you spend.
The only one thing aside from the wedding is your honeymoon. That's the one thing I think they should splurge on, like going first class, the best hotels. Once you have children, you kind of your priorities are a little bit different. So having the best honeymoon you can possibly have, I think is the top. But in terms of splurges, there's so many options. I think they should do the one that means the most to them.